So tonight we're going to actually talk about the compensation plan. And I feel like it was a couple of weeks ago that Elaine told you all about Power 3 and Fast Start Bonus. And I think those two are really the most important to focus on in the beginning. And if I'm looking at two different places, I'm on Facebook Live, hey John, and also on Zoom. So that way you guys can connect through. But I'm Jennifer Gilman. For those of you who I have not met before, I'm a Diamond Wellness Advocate and one of your team leaders. So each week we have a skill up training for just 20 minutes. And today we're going to talk about the compensation plan. But as I mentioned, Elaine Huppridge taught about Fast Start Bonus and Power 3 just a couple of short weeks ago. And we separated that because, again, those are really the most important two to focus on when you're first starting your business. So if you haven't seen that video from Elaine Huppridge, go back in the library. You're going to see it in the file section, or you can just kind of scroll through the Share and Build private group and you'll be able to find it. But remember, those two ways you get paid, one of them is super quick because every time you enroll, you're going to get a Fast Start check. And then the other one, the Power 3, was based on doTERRA rewarding you for structuring a certain way, right? So that's what those two were. But that's all about building residual income, all right? So in your current job that you might have, are you hauling buckets or building residual income? It's definitely a really good question to ask, because if you are having to expend energy to get your paycheck every time, that's active income. That means you have to work to get paid, right? Residual income is very, very different. That means putting a lot of effort in, maybe over a 3 or 5 year period, and all of a sudden you're starting to make money when you're on vacation and you're not working. You're doing something else and you're still getting paid. And over time, that just keeps increasing and increasing if you're working your business and you're doing it consistently, right? So it's been 4.5 years doing the doTERRA as a business, and boy, am I seeing this now. As many of you know, I just hit Diamond last month, and I got my Diamond paycheck earlier this week. I'm telling you, you want to get there. It was great. But that allows me to give back to others and do some of the things that I've been wanting to do a little bit more of. So I love that, financially being set and having some debt paid off, or all of it, we paid our house off. So a lot of things have happened, but it was from expending that energy and really utilizing the compensation plan and understanding it. And Elaine Huppridge really helped me greatly understand the compensation plan. So she knows a lot about numbers, I'll tell you that, along with other things. So our compensation plan is complicated because there's 6 components to it, really. Elaine went over the first 2. I'm going to go over the other 4. Do not assume you're going to ever understand this in even like 6 months or a year. It really takes enrolling people and getting people on LRP to start to really understand the compensation plan, because until you have people in spots where you're actually saying, I know Susie, and since they're on my 3rd level, I'm getting 5% every time they order. You see what I mean? So until you can actually put names and faces to people in your organization, it is very hard to understand the comp plan, okay? So overall, just keep enrolling people and getting people on LRP, because that will fast track you in understanding the compensation plan. And the power of residual income is huge. It's something that took me 2 years to really understand residual income and the power of it. I was very uncertain about it. I just didn't get it, even though I was doing all the things, until things started to slide into place and me continuing to learn about it. That's when it started really coming together. So there's 4 other ways besides Fast Start and Power of 3. And you're probably like, what? I thought there was only 3 other ways. There's 4 other ways, okay? So one of them is retail, and that is hauling buckets, all right? So retail has a place, though, because if you meet with somebody and they just want to try 1 or 2 oils, then that's fine if they buy retail, because you're starting to plant seeds in your garden. They're going to buy some lavender because that's where they're at, and you honor wherever they're at. but work with them. Don't just sell them the bottle of oil and be like, okay, here's your oil. Make sure you start showing them the benefits, how to use that lavender oil, all the different ways. Continue to follow up with them. Show them value, because then they're going to start being curious about what the other oils will do. So don't worry if you tend to sell some retail up front. It's the magic of turning that retail customer into a wholesale customer, though. And that is just planting those seeds. So retail, you get 25% for whatever their total point value order is, okay? So everything of doTERRA has a point value. So if they did, say, 100 point value worth of oils, which happens to be $100 worth too, you would get a $25 check the next month, all right? So retail is paid out monthly, and it's based on the previous month's activity, okay? So that's retail. Again, that is hauling buckets, so we don't really want to do too much of that, but there is a place for it, and honor and respect that, and hoping that you're going to get that customer to become a wholesale customer, all right? So that was one of the ways. The next way is unilevel bonus, all right? So unilevel is, remember Elaine talked about Fast Start and how you can get that Fast Start check every week. If you enroll somebody every week, you're going to get a Fast Start bonus, and that's 20% of their total PV, all right? That one person you enroll might actually order 2, 3, or 4 times in 60 days. So you're going to get paid 20% every time they order. All right. After 60 days from anyone's enrollment, everybody who enrolls after the 60 days, they now move into a different commission plan part, and it's called unilevel bonus. So unilevel looks complicated. When Elaine first showed me this, I was like, what the heck is this, right? Look at this. You can see that. All right. So I'm showing it to those on Zoom. I'm showing you. And this is found, these tools are found on doTERRA.com. You can go to the Advocates tab, and then under Education. And under Education, you're going to see something called doTERRA University. So you can go to doTERRA University, and under building your business, you'll find all sorts of resources there, okay? So you'll find these fancy graphs there, right? So this whole piece of paper is pretty much the unilevel bonus structure. And based on where they are in your organization, each time that person orders, you're going to get paid a percentage, all right? Did you know that the more people you have, this is where the big bonus is? Because at first you're like, oh, what do I mean? I have like people on my top line, I'm only going to make 2%. Trust me, you start building and you have a bunch of people on level 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And very soon your unilevel bonus will beat all other bonuses. It will grow so big that you'll be like, yes, you're excited about Fast Start, but you're excited about unilevel because it gets so large. And that is completely residual income. You spent time with that person, especially in the first 60 days, to get them using their oils. And now you're kind of like more possibly in a maintenance of touching base with them and making sure they continue to see value in purchasing on LRP. But you're going to get paid every time they order. So the first level is anybody directly under you, you're going to get 2% every time they order, okay? And the level after that, the one underneath, you get 3% on those people. The next 2 levels, which is level 3 and 4, anybody ordering on those levels, you're going to get 5%. The next 2 levels, which is levels 5 and 6, you're going to get 6%. And the final level, which is level 7, is 7%, all right? So you could see how you would normally have an organization with a few people at the top, and then it starts spreading out, and you have a lot more people on level 2, a lot more people on level 3, and a lot more people on level 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you see how you're actually going to get a larger percentage. Most direct selling companies have that flip-flopped. They actually, many direct selling companies, you get more on your first level of payout. So it doesn't actually encourage you to work with people deep down, right? And that's one thing I love about doTERRA. It is a health and wellness company, so we should care about everyone. So I like that their compensation plan is wrapped around that, is that you do care about everybody. You're going to help somebody who's on your 7th level because it's financially good for you and it's the right thing to do, okay? So I love this unilevel plan. Now, there's one thing called dynamic compression with Unilevel. So don't be surprised as your organization grows that you're looking at your sheet of everyone you got paid from, and you're like, wait a minute, somebody's on level 10 and I got paid out on that person. How could that be? What happens is if you have people in between that aren't commission eligible, which means maybe they don't do 100-point value, it slides up. The system, the computer system, is looking for somebody to pay. Isn't that cool? So most direct selling companies, that's actually, they're blocked out. If there's nobody above them to pay out, then nobody gets the money. Not with doTERRA. doTERRA is looking for somebody always to pay out. So it slides up and it's called dynamic compression. And that is really way cool. So I love the Unilevel bonus structure. All right, so we've got retail we went over, the Unilevel we went over, Elaine went over Fast Start and Power 3. So there's two other ones. And one of them is called the leadership pool. All right, so once you get to premier rank, this is all based on rank. And if you're uncertain how to get to a certain rank, just contact the person who enrolled you or your upline mentors and they will coach you on how to get to a certain rank. For premier, I get so excited to get people to premier because there's a $200 bonus waiting for them, okay? So that's what I get excited about is like if somebody's starting, I tell them I want to get you to premier based on your goals. Now, if they just want to get their oils paid for, they don't need to necessarily get to premier. But if they say they want supplemental income or they want fun money to have, pay a couple of bills and also save for vacation, we need to get them to premier, okay? So premier is when you get that rank, there's two components to it. You have to hit the rank and you need to at least enroll one person that month with a 100-point value order. And then you get a share. So 1% of the gross sales from that month of doTERRA gets split amongst everyone who met those qualifications. So we call it a share because it's volatile. It depends on how many premiers there are to pay out. So the payout might be $190, it might be $210, but that's kind of how it's averaging right now. So I love that payout. The next level up is silver rank. What I really like about silver, they didn't have this bonus, the premier bonus when I had first started. I love that they have this now because, it takes work to get to silver. And when you get to silver and you get a $150 bonus, you're like, okay, but now it's a $350 bonus because when you hit silver, you actually get to double dip. You get that premier bonus and you get the silver bonus, and it adds up. The silver, platinum, and gold ranks share out of the same bonus pool, okay? So it's a certain amount of gross sales, and it gets split up amongst these ranks, okay? So it's in shares. So you have this big number, and doTERRA divides it up. Silvers get 1 share, gold rank gets 5 shares, and a platinum gets 10 shares, all right? So say the share's running at $150. The silver would get $150 plus their premier bonus. A gold would get 5 shares. So if it's $150 times 5, okay? And then platinum would get 10 shares. So you see these leadership pools can be quite lucrative, okay? And of course, that is residual income. It's not hauling buckets, okay? When we're looking at, is that hauling buckets? Is it residual? That is absolutely residual because you're teaching others to do the business. You're teaching your wholesale customers to be on loyalty rewards and enjoying that, okay? So that's the leadership pool. Now there's one more bonus that many people forget about, and it was Jennifer Accomando that taught me this, and that is the bonus of loyalty rewards. That is a bonus. You're not getting paid money, but you're getting paid out points towards free product. That is awesome for your business because you could be using all of that, the points for free product, for sampling, or maybe prizes for people when they rank advance in your team, prizes throughout the year. All of that could cost you no money. So that is part of the bonus plan. So there's really 6 ways that the commission plan works. Again, we'll go over that again. We've got retail. We have the Fast Start and the Power 3 that Elaine went over. okay? The fourth one is unilevel. The fifth one is the leadership pool. And the sixth one is your loyalty rewards program, all right? So resources, again, I want to point you to doterra.com. If you want to find fun graphs and resources on the compensation plan and videos, doterra.com, you're going to look at the advocate tab and then slide down to education. And underneath that is doTERRA University, okay? Click on doTERRA University, and there you're going to click on the building tab. If you can't find that in the search box, just type in compensation plan, and you'll find a bunch of resources there. But your homework, you always have homework on the skill ups, and I hope that you do it, is to decide, what do you want from your doTERRA business? You know, it's different for everybody. Sometimes it's to make an extra money so you can give more, and that's it. You want to give more. Sometimes it's extra money so you have the time freedom to travel with your kids or your grandkids. Sometimes it's the extra money to get debt free. So there's lots of awesome reasons. Whatever your reason is, it's your reason. But your homework is to decide what that is, and then ask your mentor and your coach to say, show me how the compensation plan can get me there. Which compensation parts and components should I maximize to get to where I want to go? All right? Because everybody's roadmap might be slightly different, right? There's no one way to do this. So I hope that you understood this a little bit more. It took me a long time to understand, even recently. So I, get Diamond, and I didn't even realize I was getting an extra bonus because one of my new people were Premier and Silver for the first time. So I got another share for that. I didn't even know that was coming. So I'm still learning. And my point is, don't try to perfect knowing the compensation plan. Keep enrolling, keep getting people on LRP, and then get with your mentor and your coach to be like, this is what I want. How do I get there? How do I use this to make it worth my while, to make sure that I'm maximizing that fast start and maximizing my unilevel and maximizing potential leadership pools. So that's it for tonight. And next week, I think Elaine is presenting next week. But remember, every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, you can just Zoom in or be on Facebook Live. Have a great night, everybody.